Good evening. Good evening, Red Hot. I'm gonna make some red hot nails today. Well, actually, pink hot. Good morning, or good evening. I'm going to do the Pinterest versus Color Street application. This was the one that was voted for me to do this week. It's got a pink base with some black stripes and some little dot details. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Charleston blush, and I have some samples of that, and some Midnight in Manhattan for the black. So it looks like just a standard application of all of the Charleston blush. So let's go ahead and get that started. So like with all applications, you are going to first clean your fingernails really well, remove your cuticles, and use alcohol, rubbing alcohol. And every single set comes with these little prep pads. And if you run out of prep pads, it's just rubbing alcohol out of the bottle. So I'm cleaning all of my nail beds. And I'm also cleaning the pads of my fingers. Anywhere, hey Tani, good evening. Anywhere oils might be. Okay, so I let that dry for just a little bit. And then I'm going to apply the Charleston blush. First, you're going to want to start on the outside. Always start on the outside and move in. I know that this is the right size for my pinky. So I would just, if I didn't know, I would play with all the sizes to see what was the correct size for me. So I'm just going to put that on real quick. This little silver thing, don't get rid of that. I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to line it up next to the skin, but not on top of. The skin has oils, which are going to cause your nails to lift off. So, just press it down really good. If you don't get real good contact on the edges, see, like right there, I take an orange stick. And I will just rub it. Not too hard, just gentle. It's kind of like, almost like you're warming it up. So it's nice and malleable. Good contact. I like to just use the tuck it over method with my other fingernail. And I just tuck it. Just go all the way around. Try to be not too impatient with it. If I need to go back, or if there's some extra, I can always use my thumb to kind of cut it, or use a little tiny file. Okay, so I'm going to use this part. I know that this side of this particular strip is the perfect match for my index finger. So I'm just going to move over to my index finger. I like to rub it in the center all the way up and then down to the sides. And then I'll use my other thumb, or my thumb now, and I'll just up and over and under. Okay, so now I'm going to take a different size. I've got this other size here that fits on that ring finger. Again, remove the top layer. Take the silver tab. Come on. You can touch the back. It's not a big deal. You just want to touch it a million times because that's going to add oils to it. And also, you can like stretch it out. This is just a layer of nail polish, so we have to be real, fairly gentle with it. So once I'm good with this smooth, be nice and smooth, and I apply a pretty good amount of pressure when I do that. I'm going to take my other thumbnail and I'm just going to do the same thing, around and around. So this obviously is just the standard way to put on the nail strips and not really the challenge, the point of the challenge. The point of the challenge, I think, was, or at least for me, when I first saw this particular set, or this particular manicure on Pinterest, were those little super skinny lines. Those are pretty skinny. Even for the last manicure that I did, those lines were much too thick for this particular look. And so I wanted to make it work because I love these little gentle, very delicate black lines that they have on this particular manicure. So I was playing around with it for a few days, trying some different paper crafting ideas that I had. I take most of my ideas from my experience with paper crafting, as far as the punches and the paper cutters and things like that. Remember, if you mess up on a nail, you can always just take that polish off and redo it. You get a brand new set and you're opening up that set, you have 16 strips. That is enough to try it, mess it up, and take it off and do it again. So I want to encourage you not to be afraid to try to do something new. Okay, so this isn't the perfect application, but not bad. Okay, so I've got my Charleston blush. Now I need to figure out how to do those little tiny, silly little lines there. They're not silly. They're just not going to be the easiest. Hey, Jules. What's up, Jules? Okay. So I'm going to take some Midnight in Manhattan, which I also have in a sample form, so I'm just going to cut that open. Now, to make those little lines, here's what I found. This is what I'm going to do. Now, maybe there's another way, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my paper cutter. Like I was saying, I do a lot of my ideas are from paper crafting. And I'm going to take one of these strips. I'm going to take off the top protective, but I'm keeping on that backing. And I'm going to make a straight edge. So I'm just going to try to preserve as much of that as I can. Be patient and make a nice straight edge. Okay. So I've got this. This was the garbage pieces because it's curved, but I want a nice straight edge. Okay, so like I was saying before, and last week I made a pretty skinny strip of silver. I think Tinseltown I was doing. So I'm going to attempt to make a similar sized strip here. But this, I think, is too large for this manicure. It's not delicate enough. It's like, whoa, I want it to be skinnier than that. I want it to be like, oh, barely there. So I'm going to take this strip and I'm going to use scissors on it. Now you might think, why did I just not use scissors in the beginning? Because just cut a skinny strip off. I don't trust myself to make it straight, is the answer. But when I have this like as a set size, my eyeball can see it easier to make it just cut it in half. Whereas if I was just trying to cut a straight skinny piece off of a whole set, I wouldn't be able to make it consistent all the way through the line. So that's just for me, and maybe you guys can cut it better than I can, or you have an eye to do it easier. But this is the way that I found that I can make it work. So you just want a pair of sharp scissors. And I try to just cut it straight down the middle. Now you see on my finger there, it just pulled right off of the backing. It's so skinny. So now, let's see. Why do I have this picture upside down for me? I guess it's because this is the way I posted it. Let me turn it around for easier reference. Okay. Here we go. So I want to start over on the outside edge. Maybe I didn't get it over on the outside enough. So I'm going to try to gently pull it off, which I was able to do. Not so easy on when you have polish on polish. It's much harder that way. And I kind of like that angle. So I'm just going to take my thumb down in the crack between your skin and your nail. I'm just going to pinch it. Just basically I'm cutting it right there. Okay, so now I see, okay, so now these two have 2 lines per nail. So let's see. I'm going to try to do maybe this line right there first, because I don't have a whole lot of length left. Just eyeball it over, pinch it down in the crack, and there we go. Am I matching it? Hey Tawny, what's for dinner at your house? My kids are eating corn dogs right now. The good old Costco corn dogs. My husband is out of town right now, so I'm like, eat these corn dogs, and I'm going to go and do a live application video. Got to keep him happy so they don't bug me. Hey, Dad. Yes, Charleston blush, Tawny. I was thinking about maybe at the plaza, but that would be more shiny, I think, than what we've got here. Okay, so now, oh, it sounds delicious. Sorry, kids. Okay, so now I'm going to take this other little strip, the second strip, and I'm going to just try to maybe go from here. Kind of looks like it's curving on the picture, huh? I don't know. Maybe it's because the picture is of more convex nail itself. Okay. So I hope that looks okay. I'm just going to come up here at the top, and I'm just going to tuck it just the same way as I would do another nail. Not really happy. Why am I not so happy about that? Maybe it's not over far enough for me. Okay, so I'm going to take this little tiny piece, and I think I'm going to do this nail here. Maybe do a sideways. I'm going to try to get all the way to the edge, otherwise it kind of looks like aftermarket. Which it is, but I don't want it to look that way. And then I pinch it off at the edge there. I can always come back with my file since it's so far up on my nail. And I need to make another strip. So, for those of you who missed the beginning, what I did was I took my paper cutter. Hey Marie, how's it going? Take my paper cutter. I'm gonna make pretty much the smallest straight line I can with this paper cutter. So it's not going to be, it's going to be not too skinny, but let's see. Oop, got stuck. So this is pretty much the smallest one I can make with the paper cutter, but it is too thick. It's much thicker than the ones that I'm using. And it's not delicate enough, I don't think. So then I take my sharp pair of scissors, and I do both of them because it's easier for me to see where I'm cutting on a smaller shaped object. So then I'm just going to cut straight up the middle of this, or I'm going to attempt to anyway. Black strip. There's one half of it. Let's see if I can get it off. And then I can come back and let's see. So I did that one. Now I need to do here and up to the top. Maybe I pulled that one a little bit too long. Okay, so now I got those lines. I still have another half of that black strip there, so I'll use that on the other hand when I get to doing the left hand. Now I have to do these little dots. Now these little dots have been worrying me because I don't exactly know what I'm going to do. I have little tiny hole punches, a couple of them, but they're really small. They're really, really small. Which I think is the right size. Hi, Patty. Which I think is the right size, but I don't know. Let's try it with the plastic on the top and see if we can get a nice hole to be punched out. Alright, well that kind of stuck on there. See, that's part of the problem, is it's just so skinny. Oh, but if I leave that on, then it's kind of the plastic on the top. Okay, that's a bad idea. Alright. Well, let's try something else. Dorothea, hi! I'm going to take that plastic off. Let's just try that again. And maybe my hole punch isn't sharp enough. Or maybe it's just too small for this material. Let's see, we're okay. There it is. There's the dot. Let's see, what do I have? I needed like a pen. Okay. Oh, there's that. Well, that's that other one. Okay, so I'm going to take this little dot. Oh, why did I try to make the smallest dot first? That was silly. Okay. So I am going to try to place it right there. It's going to come off my pen. Okay, good. Alright, just gently putting a little bit of pressure on there, just to try to get it to stick. Okay. So it looks like there's two small dots and then a larger dot. So I'm going to do the larger dot next, just to kind of see if I need to put the other smaller dot on top of the one I just put down. As always, I'm just limited by the punches that I have. Ooh, looks like the back came right off of that one without me even trying it. Yep. So this one's a little bit too big in comparison, but hey, that's what I got, so we're going to go with it. All right. Yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised, Tani. The dots are working. Okay, so now I need another little small one, so I'm going to try this again. The nice thing is they're small dots, so you can try a whole lot on just one little strip. Okay, let's see. I am pleasantly surprised. Sometimes you think things are not going to work out, and then they do. Until you lose it inside of this cage. Let's see. Maybe it's just gone. Let's try another one. Oh, wait. No. Okay, let's try another one. Tani, if you jinxed me, I'll have to fight you. So I'll find you and I fight you. Okay. No, that's not it. Ah. All right. Luckily, I've got more. Oh, there it is. Good. More polish to play with. Remember, 16 strips in one package, so. I need my magnifying glass. I've got a giant magnifying glass for my table that I used to use when I did jewelry. Yes. What has Rachel not done? I made a whale costume yesterday for my daughter. Now I'm playing with nail polish. Funsies. That little piece of paper on there is not ideal. Maybe I just try a new one. yay. Oh, don't stick to that nail. Crikey. Okay. Oh, thank you, Johnny. Y'all made really good talents. They're very, I can do a lot of things with, you know, costume making and manicures. Alright, come on, Dot. Get up there. I'm about to give up on this Dot. Anybody else? Okay, let's go down. Come on. If you thought this is... oh my gosh, if I thought this is what I was going to be doing. Okay, let's try another one. Alright, so I'm not going to bore you and keep you watching while I do both hands of this. So I'll do the other hand and then I will post the picture with both hands done. Let's see, is this one right here? Maybe that one will work. So what I'm going to do is I want to get all of the elements on there, and then I'm going to put a clear on the top. Now we sell a clear as day strip, but sometimes I don't really like to use them because then it makes my nails too thick. But maybe this is a good time because I only have the one pink layer. Oh my! That turned out cute! Let's move all this junk so we can see. Not bad. I don't think it's bad. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to do the other hand, the thumbs in the other hand. I don't want to do this thumb yet because I want to do all of these because I'm going to be using this thumb as my tool. So I'm going to do the whole thing and then I'll post the finished manicure. Alright ladies, thanks for joining me. And I have a YouTube channel that now I'm posting all my application videos to. So if you want to check it out and subscribe in case you missed one, then you can check them all out. And have a good night, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.